It's 1:30 in the morning and got a call from a national company asking if we can get a few dumpsters to South Glendale in the middle of the night. So I'm driving south on I-17 right now with the first dumpster. Basically, somebody set fire to some cardboard behind a Walmart and they need it cleaned up. So I get to haul dumpsters in the middle of the night, and I'm thankful for the work. I'm not gonna lie though, I was sleeping. I'm sure everybody is right now, but let's get the dumpsters there safe. Just after 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're at Walmart. Sitting around back, should be a noticeable amount of burned up cardboard somewhere around here. I smell it. Yeah, I smell something. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
By the time we went and got them, the fire was already out.
No way. Who started the fire?
Don't know.
Don't know?
The guy that didn't get a raise?
Yeah, man. Disgruntled employee, huh? Okay, so what? This is probably 60 yards worth? Yeah, it depends how it stacks. All right, so I'll put the first one right here on the left, and then I'll go back and get another one. That is a crescent moon right there. Oh, where's it at? That's cool. First dumpster done. Well, dropped off. Going back to get the next one. We'll probably need 3 or 4 tonight, depending on how he loads them. And I'll probably just take the full ones back with me, dump them in the morning. All right, let's load up that second dumpster. It's a good thing we had some empties in the yard. Almost back with our second dumpster. It's 3:30 in the morning now, and I think I'll probably have to go back to get a third. So I'm going to take this first one back to my yard, bring down the third one, and if we need a fourth, the dump should be open by the time I get back with the third dumpster. So if we need a fourth, I can just start emptying them locally at the South Phoenix dump. So that's the plan. I'm starting to get sleepy though, I'm not gonna lie. I think it might be time for like a yerba mate or some coffee or something. Keep trucking. It's always surprising to me how many people are awake at every hour of the day. I realize this is a major city, but the freeway, I-10, is like packed. It's 3:50 in the morning. I guess some people are already on their way to work, but it's just nuts how many people are always driving. We're just about to pull into Walmart, drop off the second dumpster, pick up the first one, hopefully swap them out.
When they lift them up, they fucking...
Oh, they just fall apart, right?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my gosh. You got a lot in here though.
I did. I honestly did.
Good work, good work. All right, first dumpster's about full. Let's get the second dumpster dropped off and pick up the first. My plan was to take the first dumpster back to our yard right now and then bring the third, put it back in that same spot. But he said that some of these pallets are still smoldering. If my dumpster's gonna catch on fire, I'd rather it happen here than happen at our yard. So I don't want that to happen at all, but it'd be better to happen in a big parking lot where there already was a fire. It's close to the fire department, so I don't know what I'll do yet. I might just leave it here, dump it in the morning. I'm headed back to our yard to get a third dumpster, and a couple of things I can think of why it's good to do it at this time of the day. It's because we're able to cover a lot of miles without much traffic, not being slowed down by an overabundance of people commuting to work. Now that it's 4:20 in the morning, there's a lot of people on the road right now, but not compared to 3 hours from now. So we can actually get the work done. Plus, it's not hot. In Phoenix it gets hot, and we're getting into summer already. Summer's here, and it's not hot at 4 a.m. in the morning, so I'm thankful for that. Would you believe it? But that looks like sunrise coming up over those mountains. There's light on the horizon. Not when we look this direction though. Well, the sun's definitely up now. So apparently the sun comes up in Phoenix around this time of year, about 4:30. It was a little easier moving equipment around my yard in the daylight. So I had to move some things out of the way and grab the right dumpster that was empty, and it was the right size. So headed back south. Let's go back to Walmart. I got word that the second dumpster's full. So he's ready to load a third one now. So that I'm gonna start taking the other full ones down to the South Phoenix dump and get these things emptied before they catch fire in our dumpsters again. We don't want anything smoldering here or there, but let's take it where it's supposed to go. I did get some coffee, so hopefully that holds me over. But we got work today too. Just because we did this job overnight doesn't mean I can sleep the day away. There's things that need to get done the rest of the day. So I don't know about you, but I genuinely get excited when we have work to do. I'm so thankful to have work. And people say, how do we get more jobs? How do we get more leads? You know, I ask the same questions. Ultimately, it comes down to putting the money in and putting the time in for advertising and marketing year after year after year after year after year after year. And I'm not saying that we do it perfect, that we have it figured out, because we don't, but we're putting in the work, and the good Lord's providing, so we're thankful. All right, we're back at Walmart. Let's pick up a dumpster, set down a dumpster, go empty a dumpster. Let's make it happen. Oh man. That looks a little high. Oof. Just getting the third dumpster dropped off. I have a feeling we're going to need a fourth one. So I'll start emptying them, bring them right back. The dumps are open now. Let's get to work. I'm pretty sure this one's heavy. Oh, I can still lift it, that's good. First dumpster, 9,580 pounds. That's some heavy, wet cardboard. So this one, oh, be careful. When I was originally estimating this job, I was thinking, man, these bales of cardboard can't be that crazy. But again, I had no visuals on the job. I was like just woken up. It's 12:45 in the morning, and he's asking for quotes. So I'm like, I just gave him my standard rates for 2 tons. And once I got here and I saw the material and realized this stuff is soaking wet because the firefighters had to put out the fire, and the cardboard acted like a sponge. So these bales are not their normal weight. They're impressively heavy. So that first dumpster was just under 5 tons, which is about 3 tons over. So lesson learned there. If we go to another cardboard fire that uses these bales, we know it's gonna be a lot heavier in a 20 yard. All right, fourth dumpster. It's in place. I think I'm gonna pick up this one next. It's super tall, but I think it's actually more ready to go than the other dumpster is. So we're gonna roll with this. And here's what's left. And I don't think this is gonna fit in one dumpster, but we'll see. It's still smoking.
We just put it out right now.
Ooh. Right here too. Thank you for keeping an eye on it. Thank you so much. That is not the ideal way to tarp it, for sure. Problem is that bale. It is in the way. And this one's actually heavier than the last one. Check out these tires, dude. No bueno. These give it a little shimmy. Can you back up? Can you back up and then put your forks into it? Like, go, yeah.
But if I pick it up, it's gonna go higher if I stick the forks in it.
Maybe we can cut the wires.
They're not cut.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think I...
All right, second dumpster. Going to the transfer station. I'm going to guess that it's heavier than the first dumpster. Let's see. All right, I just went over the scales. A little surprising, it's 600 pounds lighter than the first dumpster. Doesn't make sense because the way it loaded was it was more of a struggle. Also, the tires on the driver's side are like really low, so maybe I just need to put some air in them. But or possibly the dumpster is loaded kind of like not evenly, so that could be it too. Good thing I wasn't standing in front of the door because that thing popped open. This bale was ready to say hello. Let me give you a kiss. Back at Wally World. Here we go again. Is this getting repetitive yet? Welcome to the world of dumpsters. Set down, pick up, dump, set down, pick up, dump, set down, pick up, drive around town with the dumpsters. I need to get some food. I had a banana like 3 hours ago. It's I think we're in the 7th hour of this job, maybe a little more than that. Let's keep going. A lot of cleanup happening today. All right, got 2 more dumpsters to pick up and empty and haul away back to our yard. That dumpster is the 5th dumpster. It's gonna stay here while Luis finishes cleaning up. Gotta tidy these things up before I hit the road. Third trip to the dump. This will be the first dumpster that doesn't go back to the job though. Gonna start taking it back to our yard. So we have 3 to take back. That's gonna take some hours of driving through Phoenix, but I'm grateful for the work. I also want to check our tire pressure. Once I get this dropped off in our yard, I'll go to the tire store and make sure everything's aired up right, because this driver's side's riding lower this time than it was last time. And we also got to meet the Walmart store management. As you might imagine, they were not super friendly this morning because they have to deal with this vandalism and fire on their hands, arson. So it's not a good morning to make crack jokes with them. I said something like, "Sorry, we don't have our capes on this morning," and they did not think it was funny. I was like, "Man, we're superheroes. We showed up in the middle of the night." They don't care, but they're having to spend money for a problem that they didn't create. Well, this dumpster was just slightly heavier than the very first one. I think 400 pounds heavier. So just shy of 5 tons. I'm realizing how tired I am because I totally forgot. I'm not taking this dumpster back to the yard. I'm taking it to a customer. Time to drop it off. got that dumpster dropped off for the other residential customer. Now I'm headed back to the Walmart. There are 2 more dumpsters there to pick up. One is full, loaded, and ready. That one's probably heavy as well. I'm gonna dump that in South Phoenix, head back to our yard, and then head back for the last dumpster. After that, I have a dumpster to pick up from a roofer in North Phoenix. So it's 10:30 now, driving for 9.5 hours. Yeah, I think I'm ready for breakfast, but a few more hours to go. All right, so here's our next dumpster to pick up. I think we gotta fix that plastic a little bit. Let's see what we got in here. Oh yeah, cardboard. Makes sense. It's wild seeing this in the daylight, but it's a huge improvement. The guys are working on some final cleanup, and then we'll be done with this, at least my portion of it. I'm gonna come back here in a few hours, pick up that blue dumpster, and for now, we can work on some other projects. So this other company that's here, they're actually a pressure washing company, and I think they do some sort of, you know, manual labor outside of that. Obviously, this is a little unique, but they're doing a good job. They've been great to work with all day. All right, so this dumpster was right at 2 tons. It's like 39.50, something like that. So this one's the lightest dumpster so far. And I think the next dumpster will be similarly light, maybe even lighter. So 80 yards of trash picked up so far. And 1 dumpster to go back and get a little bit later today, once they're all done with it. Packing us in here like sardines, man. Nice and tight. Stuff's still burning after what, 8-10 hours since it was put out. It's a little nutty that the trash is still burning 10 hours later, but it is. So I let 2 of the workers know. One guy radioed it in, the other guy went to grab a hose, so they'll get it put out. But I've seen fires start at the transfer stations before, and you know, who knows why. Lithium batteries, could be a lot of different reasons, but in this case, I think it's just because stuff's still smoldering. It was packed in tight. I've heard that sometimes what the firefighters will do is they'll actually pull apart the bundles of cardboard and make sure it's put out. In this case, Phoenix Fire didn't do that. Most of them were still intact with like tie wire. Well, I did not film it, but the management at the transfer station are not very happy with me right now. You know, as soon as I saw that trash smoldering, I went and I talked to the employee next to me. I said, hey, come look at this. The trash is burning. So he got on his radio and he sent out a radio, hey, bring over a water truck. Then he went back to work. So I wasn't really impressed, so I went to the next employee. I flagged him down, talked to him. Hey, the trash is burning. You need to put it out with the hose or a water truck. So he ran over and got like a 2 or 3 inch hose, a big hose. And he started running towards the trash. So I left at that point, I didn't stick around. But when I was leaving the dump, I had a huge piece of wire from the bales. It was hanging off the dumpster hinges on the door. So I got out, climbed on top of the dumpster to fix that and take it off. Well, before I could leave, a manager, superintendent, whatever they're called, he pulled up in front of my truck, so he was like facing me, right? And he comes to the window. He's like, "Hey, you can't be dumping burning trash here. You're gonna set our dump on fire." It's like, "Hey, listen, this was from the Phoenix Fire Department. They are the ones that put it out. You're the city of Phoenix trash. I mean, they had it put out over 10 hours ago. I just hauled the garbage. It wasn't burning when we loaded it or when I picked it up. It wasn't burning when I drove here. It started smoldering when the bale opened up because it fell out of the dumpster onto the ground. What do you want me to do?" So he starts writing down all my information and just kept repeating himself how you can't bring burning trash here. And I would never. I understand completely. I would put it out if I saw it burning. But I think that maybe they're not used to that. I don't know. He just suggested going down to the street to a different dump next time. But there's got to be maybe a better solution in mind. I don't know. But you live and you learn. I don't know how many dumpsters I've done over the last couple years, but this is the first time I've experienced this, so still learning. Hopefully they got to put out. You know, they have a whole city budget to spend. I'm sure they have $250,000 water trucks. They should be able to put out a little smoldering cardboard, but no guarantees. Check it out. Mrs. Muscles just teleported here, aka I went and picked her up. If you get the opportunity to work with your spouse and you actually enjoy it, drop a comment below. I have a feeling not too many people made it this far in the video, but we still have one dumpster to go pick up at Walmart, but we have a few dumpsters to do for a roofer. So this thing about to get picked up and dumped, and then we'll check in with the pressure washing guy and see if he's all done with our dumpster. Then we'll go grab it from Walmart. That looks good and heavy. All right, that thing is picked up. Let's hit the road. All right, this dumpster from the roofer is only 4,100 pounds. It's actually lighter than a lot of the dumpsters we pick up from them, which is okay with me. But we're gonna empty this, go drop it at the yard, and then head back to Walmart. A lot different from this morning. All right, y'all, I was planning to be off of work way earlier than I am. It's almost 5 p.m. This was a full day. How long was this day? Like 15 hours? Might have set a record for myself with today, but last dump of the day because they're gonna close. So let's roll over the scales with this baby, get it dumped, and head back to the yard. There's more dumpsters we could pick up, but I don't think I have it in me, so let's make it count.
time to wrap up the video, Mrs. Muscles. What do you have to say?
Smell like a campfire out there.
Smells like money.
Better than trash.
Better than garbage?
Yeah.
It's probably good for you. It's lung vitamins. So if we had to do it all over again today, would we do it?
Would you do it?
I would say yes. It would have been nice to know that I was gonna have to do 5 dumpsters at 2 a.m., but you know, I could have them stacked, ready to go, deliver 2 at a time. Would have saved a lot of driving. I think today was like a, I don't know, a 400-mile day, maybe more than 400 miles. It's a lot of driving, but I think I would do it all over again. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Maybe once a month. Thanks for watching. We'll try to upload videos every chance we get. Don't always have time or energy to film. I don't know how I did today though. It's just got to be like those creative energies. It would be nice to have a filmer lady. But we'll do what we can when we can and with what we can. Hope y'all are doing great. Anything else?
You're amazing.
Thanks, babe.